Top 5 tomato diseases and how to beat them for bigger yields. The silent killers destroying your tomato profits. Here are the 5 disease destroyers and your victory strategies. Disease killer number 1, early blight, the silent leaf destroyer. The first disease enemy that devastates tomato yields across the world, yet remains misunderstood and poorly controlled by most farmers, is early blight, caused by fungal pathogen Alternaria solani, a disease so insidious that it appears gradually, week by week, systematically destroying leaf tissue from bottom to top until entire plants are defoliated. Fruit production stops completely, and what should be a profitable harvest becomes a catastrophic loss. Yet farmers often don't recognize they are under attack until 50 to 70% of damage is already irreversible, because early blight's initial symptoms look like normal lower leaf yellowing that farmers ignore until the disease explodes upward, leaving plants completely stripped of foliage, unable to photosynthesize or support fruit development. The financial devastation of uncontrolled early blight is staggering. Yield losses of 40 to 70% are typical, representing lost income of 3 to 5 million shillings per acre, plus wasted investments in inputs that never generate returns, plus emergency fungicide applications that farmers desperately apply too late to save their crops, spending an additional 100,000 to 100 to 200,000 shillings trying to control disease that has already won the battle. Understanding early blight biology reveals both why it is so devastating and how to beat it effectively. The disease is caused by a fungus that survives between seasons on infected plant debris in soil and on volunteer tomato plants, then spreads to new crops through wind-borne spores and rain splash as soon as environmental conditions become favorable. Specifically, warm temperatures between 24 to 29 degrees Celsius combined with high humidity or leaf wetness from dew, rain, or overhead irrigation. The first symptoms appear on lowest, oldest leaves as small dark brown spots with distinctive concentric patterns that look like target boards, earning early blight its nickname target spot disease. These initial spots seem harmless and many farmers ignore them, but this is a critical error because each spot is a spore factory, producing millions of new spores that spread to adjacent leaves and neighboring plants. Within 2 to 3 weeks of first symptoms, the disease spreads systematically upward through the canopy as lower leaves yellow, wither, and drop. They drop off, progressively defoliating plants from bottom to top. Several infected plants may retain only the uppermost few leaves, losing 80 to 90% of photosynthetic capacity, which directly translates to fruit production collapse. Existing fruits fail to size properly. New fruit set stops completely. Quality deteriorates as sun exposure and plant stress creates scalded, cracked, unmarketable fruits. The battle-tested strategies for defeating early blight combines prevention through cultural practices and timely intervention with fungicides when disease pressure Warrants. Prevention begins long before planting by addressing the disease survival between seasons. After harvesting previous tomato crops, immediately remove all plant debris from fields and either burn it or compost it in hot compost piles, reaching 60 degrees Celsius that kill fungal spores. Never leave infected debris in or near fields where it becomes next season's disease reservoir. Practice crop rotation, avoiding tomato family plants like tomatoes, potatoes, peppers, eggplants, and others in the same field for at least 2 years, breaking disease cycles by denying the fungus its host plants. Select early blight resistant varieties when available. While no tomato variety has complete immunity, somehow significantly better tolerance, maintaining productivity under disease pressure. At planting, place or space plants adequately with 60 to 90 centimeters between plants and 100 to 120 centimeters between rows, creating air circulation that dries leaves quickly after rain or dew, reducing the humid conditions early blight requires. Implement mulching, covering all soil between plants with organic material like dry grass or plastic mulch. This critical practice prevents rain splash from carrying spores from soil onto lower leaves, cutting initial infection rates by 60 to 70%. Avoid overhead irrigation if possible. Instead, using drip irrigation that waters soil without wetting foliage. If you must use overhead irrigation, apply water in early morning, allowing plants to dry quickly rather than evening irrigation that keeps leaves wet overnight. Creating perfect disease conditions. Stake or trellis plants, elevating foliage off soil and improving air circulation. Unsupported plants sprawling on ground creates dense humid canopies, perfect for disease development. Prune lower leaves once plants are well established, removing the lowest 20 to 30 centimeters of foliage that is most susceptible to soil splash infection. But never prune more than 25% of total leaf area at once because excessive pruning stresses plants, reducing their disease resistance. For fungicide intervention, implement preventive applications rather than waiting for disease symptoms. By the time you see widespread symptoms, controlling early blight becomes extremely expensive and only partially effective. Begin preventive fungicide sprays 3 to 4 weeks after transplanting before any disease symptoms appear, using protectant fungicides like chlorothalonil or mancozeb that create protective barriers preventing spore germination. Apply every 7 to 10 days during periods of warm, humid weather when disease pressure is high, and every 14 days during drier conditions. If disease symptoms do appear despite prevention, immediately switch to systemic fungicides like azoxystrobin or diclofenac that can stop disease progression in already infected tissue. Applying every 5 to 7 days for 2 to 3 applications until disease is controlled, then returning to protector fungicides for ongoing prevention. The fungicide investment costs $60,000 to $1,000 to 120,000 shillings per acre for a full season preventive applications. But this investment protects yields worth 4 to 6 million shillings, a return of 40 to 100 times, making disease prevention arguably the most profitable investment in your entire tomato budget. Troubleshooting early blight challenges require recognizing that the disease is most destructive under specific conditions, allowing you to intensify management during high-risk periods. If early blight appears despite your preventive effort, examine your cultural practices. Are you maintaining adequate spacing and air circulation? Is mulch in place preventing soil splash? Are you watering in ways that minimize leaf wetness duration? If fungicide applications seem ineffective, you may have either applied too late after disease was already established, used wrong products lacking activity against early blight, or applied during rain that washed fungicides off before they dried. Improve application timing, starting earlier before symptoms. Verify product selection, choosing proven effective fungicides, and avoiding spraying immediately before rain. Checking weather forecasts. If disease is controlled but yield remained disappointing, the defoliation that occurred before you achieved control already limited photosynthesis. Accept this season's losses as a lesson, motivating even earlier intervention next season. The most critical blight truth is that prevention is 10 times cheaper and more effective than cure. Spend modest money on prevention rather than desperate money trying to rescue dying crops. Subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell. We publish comprehensive agricultural guides, disease management videos, variety reviews, troubleshooting contents, advanced techniques, and farmer success stories weekly. Contents potentially adding thousands to your annual farming income. Return regularly because agricultural science continuously advances and evolves. New research, refined management techniques, innovative solutions emerge constantly, and improved storage technologies emerge constantly. Consistent learning separates continuously improving farmers from those stuck in outdated methods. Remember to like this video, comment with your story and commitments, share with farming networks, subscribe for weekly agricultural education, and turn on notifications. Your engagement transforms not just your farm, but the entire agricultural communities worldwide. Together, we are building a global movement of prosperous, sustainable farmers, proving that with knowledge and commitment, agricultural prosperity is achievable for everyone. Welcome to your farming transformation. Let's make it extraordinary. Next is the top 5 tomato diseases and how to beat them for bigger yields. Disease killer number 2. Click the link on the description below and watch this very inspiring strategy. Thank you.